Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, and today I want to show you how I breed my betta fish. So what I have here is a male betta fish. His name is Bert, and his wife is over there in that tank. That's where I'm going to breed them later on, and her name is Bertha. So it's Bert and Bertha. So as you can see, there are already a lot of bubbles, and the reason why I'm not breeding them here, again, is because, as you can see, there are a lot of snails. Last weekend, I dropped Bertha in here, and they bred successfully. I saw tons of eggs, and this is probably their first time spawning, and it was really successful compared to a lot of other videos that I've watched from other breeders. Some bettas, they just don't cooperate, especially the males being first-time dads. They might eat the eggs, or they might not build a good enough bubbleness to impress the female, so the breeding never happens. But this wasn't my case. My case was really successful, tons of bubbles, right under this stem right here, and I saw so many white dots, like translucent white dots, and those were fertilized eggs. But where are them now? That's because they were all eaten by the snails. I had this tank vacant, and I thought, there are a lot of hiding places, roots, and I had tons of, this is Sawasatang here. So I thought it'd be a good place for Bertha when they done, breeding, then she can find a lot of places to hide, because the male here will become really aggressive. But fast forward, every single day I'll just notice there will be less and less eggs in the tank. So lessons learned. This time I'm going to breed them. I'm going to transfer Bert into this tank right here. So that's Bertha, everybody. So I have some driftwood and tons of Anubias Nana Petite, and of course, a lot of my Sawasatang in here as well. So it still has a really good amount of hiding spaces for Bertha later on. And also it has some floating plants, water lettuce, and the most important thing is there are no snails. There are only a little bit of these guys in the middle right there. What are the names? Limpets, yes, limpets. I only have a little bit of limpets in here, but I don't think they'll pose too much of a threat to the eggs. So I'm going to transfer Bert in here. This used to be Bert's old tank, and this piece of driftwood was in here, but I moved them over here just to give Bertha some hiding places, give them a visual break from each other, to ease the aggression on her. But yeah, but the only problem with this tank is, well, as you can see, I put a black film on the back. Sorry for the glare, but I mean, visually I think it looks better that way for the tank, but it creates a mirror effect that Bert would see its own reflection, and it thinks it's another male betta fish. So I've done that before. I've tried to put him in here, and all he did was just fighting his own reflection, for the entire time that he was in here. So I'm going to unpeel the film on the back to avoid that, so that he can concentrate on breeding. And yeah, without further ado, let's transfer him in. All right, buddy. Ooh, he just swam away. Okay. Easy. Wow, he's not leaving without a fight. I mean, this is a good thing. I just fed both of them, and as you can see, he's really energetic. So that's a good sign. That means he's very healthy. And given that I just bred them, last week. I think this is a good sign. They might be able to breed for me again within 1 week worth of time. And of course, I have some snails in here. I'm going to try to get rid of them. So I'm going to put my phone down and take them out. All right, here comes the release shot. So Bert and Bertha is finally reunited again. Wow. Bert is already flaring. That's good to know. And just a little, maybe some of you know this already, and I also just learned this last week, which is that when a female betta fish, when it's ready to breed, not only you have a really big protruding belly, but also you'll see vertical stripe lines, which is what Bertha is showing right now. Yeah, especially in the presence of a male betta fish, they will show that white stripes. So that's a good sign. They're already chasing each other, and Bertha is showing those vertical stripes. So I'm pretty optimistic about this. Now, especially without the snails, I think, well, I hope that this will be a successful endeavor in breeding them. You see, this is what I'm talking about. When Bert sees his own reflection in the back caused by the black film, it just tries to fight off the imaginary male. Yeah, so I'm going to peel that off. And of course, Bertha is over here checking us out. Alright guys, I just took off the black film on the back, and right after, Bert started chasing Bertha around, as you can see right now. And both of the colors looks awesome. So yeah, I'm going to leave them be and have them, spend some private time together, and hopefully within the next 8 to 10 hours. And if my prediction is right, we should see a bunch of bubbles surrounding the branches. And maybe a day after, we should see some eggs under the bubble nest. So yeah, I'm going to leave them be and come back in a bit. Okay guys, so currently it's Wednesday night, and it has been 4 days. Yeah, 4 days since I dropped Bertha, and since yesterday they did lay eggs on these bubbles. I mean, they were more obvious to see last night, but I just checked. There's some clutches of eggs over here under those bubbles. I don't know if you can see from below. But yeah, there are some eggs over here. I think the egg numbers decreased a little bit in number, and I don't know exactly why. But as of right now, I think Bert is doing a pretty good job trying to protect those eggs. So without the snails this time, I hope that at least I'll have a couple of them hatching. And I think I would do a separate video to show you guys how I raise the fry. But yeah, as of right now, I have Bert checking on the eggs, and Bertha here. I already separated her out. She's a little banged up, as you can see, if the camera is willing to focus. As you can see, she's missing a couple of scales on her head. I suspect that's from, Bert being overly protective towards the eggs, and after they laid eggs, he chased her around and she ran to the bottom branches and stuff like that, and that caused her to lose a couple of scales. But overall, she's doing well, and as you can see, she still has a pretty big belly. Yeah, you see that? And also the oval point is pretty prominent. So I suspect she's still like pretty much um, uh, okay to lay more eggs, but I don't want to put her back in with him just because now I already have eggs, and Bert might still very much be protective, you know, in that type of mode. And if I drop her in, she might get more bent up than she already is. So yeah, that's just the progress on the Betta breeding project. So far, I would say it's 90% successful. Maybe lost a few eggs, but overall it's doing fine. And I'll conclude it to be 100% successful only if they actually hatch. But I'm pretty sure that will happen. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. And from this experience of breeding my own betta fish, I think there are a couple points that's really crucial. First is, well, you will have to have two betta fish that's willing to breed, right? They need to be fed. You need to look for a couple of signs. First thing first, the female has to be ready. She has to have a large belly. The oval point has to be, you know, like showing. And also, you don't introduce them to each other into the same tank right away. I think, you know, a setup like this would definitely help, where females on one side and males on the other, and they can see each other so that they get acquainted. And if you see a male flare up after seeing the female, then that's a good sign that the male is ready to go too. And also another sign that you should look for is the bubble nest. When a male's ready, he would definitely build up a large bubble nest. So that's first thing. And second thing is, I sort of mentioned earlier, introduce them to each other slowly. In the video I didn't show, but I've had them in this, you know, setup for about almost a week. And keep in mind that I tried to breed them a week before, so they're already familiar with each other. So yeah, that's the second most important thing. And third thing is, which is the lessons that I learned through my previous experience last week, which was definitely keep your breeding environment snail free, because they would eat your eggs. And the last is protect the female. After she's done laying eggs, definitely take her out, separate them so that the male can focus on protecting the eggs. Because sometimes if, I've also heard stories that if the parents get too stressful, they will eat their own eggs. But in this case, I guess will be the male doing that. But yeah, definitely take her out so you can protect not only her, but also the eggs. So yeah, that's the end of this video, but I will keep posting more videos to update on the fry once they are hatched. Hi, thank you for watching this video, and if you've watched this far of this video, I really appreciate it, and it means so much to me. And I'll come back with more videos updating on how I raise my fry once they're hatched. And also, I have some other video plans that I have in mind. One of them is gonna be a walkthrough of all my tanks. So yeah, can't wait to share all those videos with you guys. And I hope, you know, that you find this video helpful and you enjoy watching the content. So until next time, take care and thank you.